What y'all been watching?
Hey, I've been watching that recently, that Godfather of Harlem.
Mm-hmm.
Man, y'all seen that?
Been watching a lot of shit. Godfather of Harlem, yeah.
Yeah,
that's my
that.
new favorite, but I'm still on the fence. I'm still not recommending it to anyone yet.
Wait, so it's your favorite, but you're not sure about it?
I'm not sure about that. The dichotomy of black people today can handle the portrayal of Malcolm X in this show.
Really?
Oh, I mean,
yeah, because Malcolm X was portrayed suspect as fuck.
He's portrayed suspect as fuck in this shit.
I don't.
It may be even the truth. I don't think we need it how we are today.
You know what?
We need our heroes.
You know what? I don't think he's portrayed suspect as fuck, and I'm gonna tell you why.
It may be the truth.
You know,
still suspect.
I'm gonna tell you why it's not suspect. It's real, but it's fake.
I said it.
It's fake, but it's real, because I can speak to this with the how should I say, a little bit of relevance, in the sense that I've been working.
East Coast and you're Muslim.
No, well, not only that, I have been working with some organizations lately. Our company has been working with organizations that are focused on stopping the violence, bringing guys off the street, guys who've been shooters, together, giving them training, bringing guys that just came out of prison, wraparound services, reintegrating these brothers into society, and giving them job readiness training. Okay, the Nation of Islam was doing the same thing, reaching out to people to who are downtrodden to uplift them.
I ain't
right?
Talking about that.
No, I know. I'm gonna get to a point. I'm gonna get to that in a second. What happens is when we're dealing with some of these young guys that's on the street that we've been dealing with in Inglewood and on the West Side, sometimes in order to get these guys, you got to go to the gang chiefs. You know what I'm saying? We literally had to do that.
I'm with that.
You had to go. You had to go to the gang chiefs when we're getting things done. We had to work with them to get things done. This is no different than when the United States now is giving Afghanistan back to the Taliban. With Malcolm X working with guys like,
let me explain.
There's a difference.
Let me explain what my decision is because you're responding to everything around what I'm
not. What I'm basically saying is that why I don't think Malcolm X is suspect is because he's doing a lot of the same things a lot of community programs are doing. They engage the elements in the street to make things happen.
This it. We got why you think he was a suspect. We haven't gotten to why he thinks he was suspect.
Okay.
So you haven't answered.
Okay. My bad. Okay, go. Okay. Go.
What I'm talking about is to more, because this has happened in 1963. This is when this movie, this TV show is set. Malcolm died in 64, correct?
65. Malcolm was 65. King was 68.
King was 68.
King was 68.
1968.
Malcolm was 65.
Sure it wasn't
100% sure. 64 is when he branched away from the Nation of Islam and went on Hajj.
I thought 63 was when he did that. 64 is when he got killed.
No, 63.
But anyway, that's still towards this time. Malcolm wasn't as unsteady in his beliefs as this show is making.
You thought he was unsteady?
That's the way they making him appear.
I didn't think he seemed well, you know what? You know why he was unsteady? See, I studied Malcolm X a lot. And during that time, there was starting to be a lot of scandals and stuff going on about Elijah Muhammad. And there was starting to become a rift between Malcolm X and Elijah Muhammad. This is right before the time where Malcolm X was, Elijah Muhammad accused Malcolm X of trying to be bigger than him and trying to take the nation from him. And then Malcolm X went on Hajj and then converted to Al-Islam, which we know of as Sunni Islam. That happened in 64. This happened not too long after that. What we're looking at is the series of events in a dramatized fashion that pushed Malcolm X from the Nation of Islam into Sunni Islam.
Okay. I
still don't think he was as wavering as they make him in this.
Oh, he was. If you read his autobiography,
not even in his,
he was.
Even in his religion. I don't know about that. But I know. I want to clear. I want to clear it up. Hold on. Let me try to clear it up.
Okay.
So in the show, I'm not even talking about the factual Malcolm X. I'm talking. We speaking about the show, the portrayal.
Dramatized, right?
Right. So in the show, there are situations where Bumpy uses Malcolm X and the Nation of Islam to clear out a trap house so that they can set up shop in said trap house. And he dupes Malcolm in aiding him in this effort.
Exactly.
And Malcolm says, "Shit,
he duped Malcolm.
Hold on,
he duped him.
Yeah, that's the first or the second episode.
That's the point.
And
we don't think Malcolm is that easily duped.
And hey, look, anybody could be duped.
Not like that.
I'm not gonna trip on the duping. What I'm tripping on is he got you once, and then you still out there. You go back out there with this nigga again. Let him just use you again.
What? For when his daughter got?
When his daughter got raped.
But they really thought that though. They really thought. But I mean, that's what they would do though.
No. First of all, yeah, they really thought that was that white man that did it. Found out it was the black man that did it. 1, 2, you gonna let that man stir up a riot? That wasn't what he wanted to do at that time. He did it based on a lie, and he wasn't trying to be on that lie. They already knew, but when I find out, we done. Nah, it wasn't it wasn't the white man that did it. It was a black man that did it. And if we gonna do something, this is what. Hey, but no, you let that narrative be out there and let us go over the edge on bullshit when it was unnecessary.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Okay,
that's poetic license.
Because I was interested. Because
I'm talking about
right.
That's poetic license.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the idiosyncrasies. I'm talking about Bumpy Johnson
in
1963 telling Malcolm X that he would smack him in the face.
I don't remember that part.
Exactly.
I do.
See, I don't think that would happen. I think that's creating
it was dramatized, though.
But that's that's why I said I like the show, but I don't know if I'm willing to recommend it because I don't know if this generation of people can handle that, of saying that it's just a dramatization.
So when Bumpy said, "Man, I should smack you for that,"
right?
You know what I mean?
That belittles Malcolm X. You know that, right? Especially when he doesn't respond.
Yeah, but you know how many times probably Malcolm X has had people say stuff to him though.
Again, let me hear you. Listen to me one more time. I don't think this generation of black people can take that with a grain of salt. Malcolm will become weak moving forward. You understand what I'm saying? This generation can't take that as a dramatization with a grain of salt.
You know what? It might have been better had if there would have been some previous seasons, or if we see another season, because I'm a student of Malcolm X, right? And I can tell the difference. And I get what you're saying about the generation not being able to handle it.
Not being able to
I get what you're saying. Because someone like me and a lot of us right here, we're able to look and discern and cut the meat from the fat. Right? And what you're saying is that a lot of people in this generation, because we're in this idiot generation of the internet where we just run with just dumbass information, that they will not be able to discern that, and it will actually diminish the legacy of Malcolm X. Right. That is a valid point.
They won't take it as poetic license.
That's a valid point. For those that don't know, and that's why it's important of us to really make sure that we tell Malcolm's story. See, a guy like me, when I look at it, I can see, where Malcolm's point, where he was in that point in life. I mean, you had Elijah Muhammad saying, "Yeah, I got a little job for you." He meet me back in my hotel. This is around that time when all those salacious rumors were coming out about Elijah Muhammad.
Rumors? He got 14 kids.
At that time,
all this accurate information.
We're talking about, as we know now, in hindsight. I'm talking about in the present time, in that time when the movie was taking place, right? This is when, at that time, this is when a lot of the rumors were coming out.
You lying.
So what do you mean in the regards of like the whole Cosby thing? Like the people who were there knew. Like we as the outside entities may have not known, but that was well circulated in Chicago.
It was starting to come out.
Them girls knew.
Yeah, it was starting. It was a dirty little secret. It was starting to come out.
Right. Just like this Cosby thing.
But it was going on more in Chicago because that's where Elijah Muhammad was based out of.
Right.
And Malcolm X, he was following Elijah Muhammad. He was giving him the benefit of the doubt. He was hearing these things. If you read in his autobiography, he said he was hearing these things, but he was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt and wasn't believing it. But it just kept growing louder and louder and louder, you know. And then you see the things he's like, yeah, I want you to come back to my hotel and have I got a special job for you. You know, he's telling Bumpy Johnson's daughter, you know, Margaret or whatever, you know, and that just kind of is like, oh yeah, because all that was coming around the same time. Elijah Muhammad's scandals and Jack Kennedy's scandals were kind of like being like buzzing around that same time.
This is what I want to happen in this world of Marvel. How they doing these fucking continuous continuity movies? Somebody need to put a plot of historical characters and interchange them through their movies, like Jack Kennedy through this one. He plays.
Put your mic up, yeah.
Jack Kennedy, you know what I'm saying? Who plays it in the Godfather of Harlem? He has his own movie of his life. Because all these people were influential, to say the least, and they all could have monochronically interesting stories made about them.
Hey,
now
look,
just add it to the point where they interchange across.
Hey, look, I don't need a 1964 cinematic universe.
I definitely do. That shit would be dope as fuck.
It depends. It depends on who we putting in this shit.
I mean, it all goes if it's done well. We just
because you get. I don't want the John F. Kennedy origin story right to the point where he meets Bumpy, where he meets fucking not Bumpy, but whatever the minister name was in Harlem that they was fucking with, the Clay, whatever.
Yeah, Congressman Clay.
Right, and so then I gotta wait. Then I gotta hear about Congressman Clay origin story up until he gets with that. And then I gotta find out about the adventure that all these motherfuckers went on together.
No,
I don't want to know about all of these motherfuckers.
Side note, I got a question for y'all though. Little sidetrack question. Didn't this show kind of remind you of more of a realistic, old school version of Power?
Nah.
Bumpy Johnson is Ghost.
Nah.
Congressman Tate is Congressman. Yeah, you know, I mean the Italians. You know, I just seen a lot of parallels between. I mean his daughter who was a crackhead. She was a Tariq, basically. You know what I'm saying? I seen a lot of and it's in New York. His crib is, he goes up the elevator. The elevator lets him right out to his penthouse. You know what I'm saying? Except it's in Harlem instead of Tribeca.
Right.
You know what I mean? He was like the real life Ghost.
Only everybody knew this nigga was Bumpy Johnson. With. Right. With like they
do Ellsworth though.
They do Ellsworth.
And Bump wasn't trying to go straight. That's nothing. He wasn't trying to go legit.
Bump was out here. I'm Bumpy fucking Johnson.
10 toes down.
He got smooth the fuck out of jail and went right to the mall. Hey, yo, look, I did everything from 125th to 164th, motherfucker.
He said, times have changed. I haven't.
And here's the thing with that go straight shit with Ghost, I've always wanted to point out. That motherfucker didn't want to go straight either. He just wanted to be crooked in clubs. That's different.
He wanted to look legit.
That's not straight.
What you mean crooked in clubs?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
He wanted to break the club crimes. He didn't want to go straight.
What were the club crimes?
Whatever club owners break, and
just getting money handled with fists and then closing
500 people more.
All that
supposed to be in capacity.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? Breaking fire martial laws is a whole lot different than selling crack.
It's still not going straight, my nigga. It still is. It still ain't going straight.
Hey, look. When you murdered a motherfucker in the basement earlier, hey, violating the fire code is kind of going straight for you.
So you would give Jeffrey Dahmer a pass if he just started poking motherfuckers because he was eating motherfuckers last week?
No, not because you went down. That's you going straight. You're not eating motherfuckers no more.
Hey, he's still stabbing the shit out of
people. No. But that would mean that would give you a pass for eating motherfuckers. No, you ate motherfuckers. You still gotta go. You can't like come off and not eat motherfuckers.
Once Jeffrey Dahmer stops eating motherfuckers and just starts fucking trying to use too many coupons at the grocery store, that's technically him going straight. That doesn't mean that he's not guilty of the bullshit he did before, but him just overusing coupons. That's him going straight.
That's not straight.
Well,
that's him not eating.
I looked at it a little bit more corrupt than that. Like going into the club gang and basically using it as a way to wash money, do all other types.
Right, exactly. Everything except
I ain't talking about
trying to do that.
I mean, no,
you don't know what he was trying to do.
No, I think he was still.
Know what he was trying to do.
I think he was still being involved with the gang.
Yeah,
and he was washing money. I think what he was is for me, I felt like Ghost was just going from I'm being a full-fledged criminal and in the streets and being a ghost I'm tired of being a ghost. I'm tired of being in the shadows. I want to be publicly a legit man, so that I can enjoy the money that I'm making and not seem corrupt. He just wanted a good public image. That's it.
He did.
I think he literally just wanted to stop selling drugs.
He didn't want to sell drugs and shoot motherfuckers.
He still wanted to move illegal cotton gangs.
Yeah, he still wanted to do racketeering.
They never said that.
Mafia action.
They made it clear he wanted to
murder.
They made it clear he wanted to be
extortion.
He wanted to be a club
racketeering.
Owner, the likes of the motherfucker that
Have you ever known a clean club owner?
He said that he did want to fucking do the
in New York.
Money.
I think they never said what he wanted to stop. He just wanted to stop selling coke.
They said he wanted to stop doing it before you cut him off. He was going to tell you that.
What?
Side note, guys. Malcolm X was assassinated February 21st, 1965.
Yep.
Okay.
Because we're talking about whether it was in 64 or 65.
I thought we agreed with 65.
Yeah.
The King was 68.
King was definitely 68.
Okay. All right. So,
but again, what they said he didn't do what? They said specifically what?
You broke Dion.
I broke him.
Dion doesn't want to go to the next subject every time.
About an hour and a half. What's next subject?
Man, you gotta jump in.
I
still ain't done talking about Godfather. I really like this show, man.
Yeah, I think it's awesome.
I really like it, but I get what you're saying.
Like I said, the show is well acted, well scripted, well written, well everything. It's even diverged from actual history enough to make it entertaining.
Right.
It's all of that shit.
What it isn't, is the people. That's what I'm saying. The people, I don't think the people can handle. Well, I ain't gonna even say. I'm not even firm, concrete on that they can't handle it. I just don't know.
It was skewed.
Facebook, every day I wake up, I see a new Facebook post that makes me think these motherfuckers can't handle that entertainment about somebody we need in our history.
Someone as illustrious as Malcolm X.
Exactly. Someone we need as that figure intact.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You know one thing I do like about it is when you watch the show, the show I should say, you kind of forget that it's 1963 when you watch it. It almost feels like it's now. It makes you. It almost really does. It does a good job of really bringing you back to that time.
Yeah,
and then you think about it, you be like, "Damn, Bumpy Johnson's like the age of my great granddad. Like that's how he was moving around back then. You know what I mean?"
Exactly what I won't say it brings me to present time, but I will say I don't notice the era.
I noticed all that shit. And first of all, ain't enough Mexicans nowhere to be doing all these damn jobs. They got black people doing all other service jobs that don't look like us. That look like a time long ago.
It does look like it, but it makes it feel like
I'm just talking about.
I think y'all thinking about the soundtrack of that motherfucker.
We're talking about just.
No, I'm saying you feel like
immersion. It was what he talked about.
It makes me feel like it's that time, though. It doesn't make me feel like it's not that time.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
So what I thought that's
no. What I was saying is it
lost in the time.
It brings you to 1963.
Yeah, you feel like you're there in 1963, and it doesn't feel like, it just feels normalized to you. You feel immersed in it. It doesn't feel, like some movies I'm watching. You watch Mary Poppins or something old.
So you're saying they're doing it in a natural way.
Yeah, it feels.
But it still feels old. You don't feel like it's current.
It feels old, but I feel like I'm in that era. I feel like I'm pulled into that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I feel like I'm there.
Okay.
I don't even feel that. I just don't notice a timestamp when I'm in.
Right.
I'm so immersed in the storyline.
Maybe that's why I got confused.
Right. I'm so immersed in the storyline. I don't.
Right.
I'm not swayed by.
It feels normalized.
I'm not swayed by any of the accoutrement to the.
That's some good production.
It's good. It's good. I like it.
And there's Swiss Beats.
Swiss Beats production.
So shout out to Swiss Beats for that.
Can we stop talking about it and can we talk about it right quick? Because I've been watching this shit.
All right. Spoiler alert.
Hey yo, spoiler alert.
Spoiler.
Yeah, we can talk about this shit. All right.
So. What are we spoiling? The first episode?
I'm up to the current episode, but we ain't got to talk about this. We can talk
about the last one.
We can talk up to the one before that.
How about I got a question for y'all?
Do
you think that based off the ending that there will be a second season?
Yes.
Or a third season?
There'll be a second, definitely.
It's history.
It is history, but I mean, do you think like some people wondered. I mean, and they had other seasons after the first season of Shy.
I think they spent too much money in this one. I think a versioning channel like Epix and the money that they had to have spent on this shit, they got to go.
Right.
2 seasons at least.
Yeah. They signed up for
Did
one.
Did you pay for Epix to get it?
No, that shit's on my TV.
It's on my
It's on my TV.
You did it. You didn't have Amazon Prime. You just got it.
No, I got it.
Wait, I got Amazon Prime. It's on Amazon Prime.
It is on Prime.
I ain't gonna have to look at it on this bootleg.
Hey, look, you know what?
I've been bootlegging for no reason.
You know what? That might be how I'm watching it then.
What, on Amazon Prime? Because
I just go on my TV and I say Godfather of Harlem, and then it just pulls up Godfather of Harlem.
Yeah, mine is on Amazon Prime and it says free. It says free.
That's probably why.
Yeah, so I was like,
that's probably why.
I seen on someone else's TV that wasn't free.
Yeah,
I just go to the bootleg.
I go right there. But anyway, I think it's gonna get a second season. I think the show is really engaging. But again, about the show. So, what y'all think about the motherfucker that before we get to Bump, the musician motherfucker dating the white girl? How dumb is this asshole?
I think it's convoluted. I think some of these lines they just doing it for storyline's sake, and because the shit is too convoluted. Man, way more convoluted than it need to be to get the point that they be trying to get across.
That type of stuff was really happening back then. You really had to have courage.
I was just talking about it as a fan that wanted to gossip about people that I like to gossip, but I like to gossip about real people. But I'll talk some major shit about fictional motherfuckers.
Right. So I feel like so this dude right here, right? I think that number one, it took a lot of courage, and what I saw, for both of them. But what I saw in the mother was like, what I see a lot of black mothers are saying, like, "Ooh, I hope my son don't go that route." And it seemed like to me, in my opinion, that the girl was just kind of just starstruck, and like that's what she wanted.
That should let you know that this motherfucker's a moron fucking with this bitch who don't give a fuck about you.
That's why he left it alone.
He didn't leave it alone.
Yeah, but then she started making overtures to really show that she was genuine.
This bitch came to the record shop with you.
I'm talking about later. She brought the mom like cookies.
I don't give a fuck about them damn bitch. They want to kill me, bitch.
Yeah, I know.
Get the fuck on.
And then she helped. And then she helped them get immunity too. She went straight to Bumpy Johnson.
No. Yeah,
she went to Bumpy Johnson.
She did. And what was the immunity that they got? They sent that motherfucker down south. And what the fuck?
No. You're not that far ahead. Then.
I am, and I'll tell you what happened. They didn't get him. him
because he signed a deal with the rival family, so that they couldn't. That her dad. You want to
know what they did? And I'm all the way caught up, so we can spoil it all the way. He told them that shit so he could set up the idea that he was giving this guy immunity. And then he told the other motherfucker that dude over there killed your son, thereby starting a war, which was going to invalidate any fucking immunity that this boy was going to get. What the fucking immunity got to do with anything? We murdering each other. I'm going to murder everything you got going, especially that motherfucker that's fucking my daughter.
Wait, I missed that. What'd you say?
He was talking about they lined up old boy to get immunity, the singer guitar player.
But she was trying to do that.
They lined them up.
Whether Bump was doing that, okay, that's one thing. But we're talking about her intentions. Her intention was, and she was trying to run away with him. She's like, let's just go to LA.
Lined them up to get immunity in what regard?
Her father was gonna kill this motherfucker. Her father's a mob boss.
Right. Who lined him up to get immunity? What the hell are y'all talking about?
So what happened is her father's a mob boss, right? And he had a contract deal with the record company. The rival mob boss to her father owned a rival record company, and they sold his record deal to him. So now he works for him. If he's one of his men, you can't kill him. If you do, you're going to start a war.
You can't fuck with his property.
Because that's one of his men.
That boy is his property now, which I also had a problem with too.
Yeah.
They said that boy is now his property, but you can't fuck with his property.
But that's what they all say, though. That's the NFL say.
Hey, yo, look.
NFL, you almost had me say some stuff on here that I'm not going to say.
NFL don't say he mine a Paramount. You can't sign into a movie deal. NFL don't say that. NFL ain't slavery, no matter how y'all be trying to switch that shit up to mean that it ain't.
Yeah,
But what makes y'all
the
think
record company?
What makes y'all think he was
Chin's?
What makes y'all think he was Chin's artist?
He was.
He wasn't Chin's artist.
He wasn't.
He wasn't.
He
Right.
wasn't.
He wasn't.
He was.
That's what I thought y'all just said.
No.
He was signed to this black
He was
dude
signed
at
to
a
the
record
black
store
dude.
and a
Right.
record label. That's Snoop.
Banano bought.
Banano owns a record label.
Right.
Banano bought his contract out.
But what makes y'all think that was to save Teddy? Because it wasn't.
It was that
No,
because
it wasn't. It was to start a war.
It was.
That's what
he just
Bumpy
said.
was doing it for.
That's what he just said.
Bumpy,
But the white girl
Bumpy
was trying to do
did it.
that. But the white girl wanted that to save him.
Bumpy did the whole thing.
Yeah,
Nobody did anything but Bumpy.
Bumpy came.
So Bumpy's
Bumpy
thing was the only
came-
thing was ever going to happen.
Bumpy came to her to do that shit
To start a war.
to start a war.
Well, actually,
Bumpy-
she came to him though. She approached him.
No, Bumpy said she got her boyfriend the deal with the
the
black
black
guy.
But didn't she approach Bumpy though?
No,
She did approach Bumpy.
No, Bumpy approached her.
No, she went to him
Let
for
me
help.
tell you what happened. So Bumpy got to do the record label, got do the record contract with the black dude. Well, no, she got him the record with the black dude. Bumpy knew the black dude that owned the record label, and he said, "Hey, yo, look, you my man, but old boy right there, you gonna sell his rights over to Benino." Because Banana, whatever. Because
Bumpy
I
said
know,
we finna run a play.
we finna run a play. Because I know Chin daughter fucking old boy, and Chin don't want nothing more than to kill this dude. And if he with you, Chin gonna kill him. It's gonna be over with the dude. But if you send him over there,
He can't.
he can't kill him because that's gonna be
That's known as
Banano's
overplay for
property.
They was
Banano's
going to
guy.
play the boy.
Old girl it wasn't her idea. It was Bumpy.
Exactly. That's what it said. So y'all saying that they was trying to save him.
No,
I wasn't saying that. I was saying that he dumb as hell.
Hold on. I wasn't saying that was her idea. What I'm saying is she came to Bumpy for help, and Bumpy thought of that plan.
But the plan Bumpy thought of when she came to him was the plan. No, it wasn't even her that came to him. It was the boy mama that came to him.
She came to Bumpy first, but she came to Bump. The boy mama came to Bumpy first in the first episode, but old girl went to Bump like in episode 7 or 6.
Bump went to old girl and said, "Hey, look, I know you love old boy and want to be with him. If you want to be with him, then we got to do it. We got to do this. And I can say I can help you and him be together, but you got to do this shit." And the shit that he made her do was tell Banano, "Hey, yeah, my pops killed your son."
Yeah,
No,
but
that was
I know,
That
but
was a Hail Mary.
that was a Hail
That
Mary.
wasn't
but
what she was originally there for.
Exactly.
was she there
She
for?
did go to Bump
Nothing.
for help.
She went to Bumpy for help. That shit was a Hail Mary when the body was gone.
Right.
That wasn't what she was there for. That was just a Hail Mary play.
That's correct.
Once the body.
Once they did
Right.
find a body, he said, "I got some."
That was a Hail
All right.
Mary play.
All
Right.
right.
So that wasn't never his intention.
All right. Well, after he had to figure out something else, because he definitely said, "I got an ace in the hole," or some shit like that.
Yes, he knew that they was gonna kill Teddy anyway. He didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
He knew that exactly what happened was going to happen. Bumpy is fucking Moriarty. Bumpy knew exactly that he was gonna get beat up. He just didn't know he was gonna get killed. He knew all of that shit was gonna happen.
I don't think he knew that was gonna happen.
That's why he leaned over to him and said, "It was my job to
protect you, and I didn't."
Because I knew this shit was gonna happen. I didn't know
Yeah.
you was gonna get killed, but I knew this was gonna happen. It was my job to protect you.
Okay, yeah, he knew they were gonna come after him eventually.
He knew, not eventually, immediately. He knew that this was all. Bumpy set this all up. He knew immediately.
Bumpy he set himself up to get shot.
No, that was out the blue. Chin didn't even know that shit. Yeah, I'm gonna shoot this nigga. Fucking shoot him. Shoot him. I don't give a fuck. Shoot him. I'm already finna go to war. Shoot him now. So now he didn't know that was finna happen either. What he thought was Banano was finna murder Chin there.
Well, he didn't know he was going to war either.
Who?
Chin.
Oh yeah, no.
He didn't know Banano knew. He didn't know Banano knew that shit yet.
No.
But
No.
I don't know. I think we got a romanticized version of Bumpy, and I think in the show it shows you some shit where Bumpy was just a flawed motherfucker. And when Banano told him, "I sell to you niggas because I want to see you motherfuckers suffer," and Bumpy was like, "Yep, all right, cool, I'm with it. Give me more so I can sell to niggas."
But this is my
That was some
this
flaw
is
shit.
my direct rebuttal to that statement. I think the romanticized portion comes in on the Italians. That's the romanticized
with them
portion.
getting off the shit that they get off.
Them having that much power, them having that much control, them able to move the pieces like that. That's what is the poetic license. That is the motherfucking pencil whipping. Them motherfuckers, this big organization that these motherfuckers keep trying to make it seem like La Cosa Nostra, this thing of ours, all that shit. It wasn't like that. Right. It was a bunch of tough niggas picking on a bunch of weak niggas.
It was dramatization.
No,
he's talking about the
actual life.
No, I know you're talking about actual life, but the movie is dramatization.
Yeah,
it wasn't realistic.
What we know of Italian mobs ain't realistic. Them motherfuckers wasn't running the shit like that.
No.
What it was is, this nigga, he was just a thief. Right. And point blank period. He didn't work for the mob. Right. He was just a fucking thief. Right. And he was skinny. He was a skinny thief. Right. So he kept stealing trucks and big old you come over like, hey, I need 10% of that. Right. You know what I'm saying? And so they just did that independently. It wasn't like we sent him to go steal these trucks.
I don't think that the mob is necessarily smart in the sense that they're diabolical, that they can plan this shit X, Y, Z, and the third. I think their mystique and their credit comes in when you look at them as an entity that had the organization and the network that they had, because they can have individual like
reach.
Their reach was very vast because they were tightly knit. They all knew what everybody else was into. Therefore, they were able to organize shit and do it in abundance.
So speaking of organization, though, remember how Bumpy? I got a question for y'all. Remember how Bumpy murked the other dude who said, "All right, we need to be more organized," right? And dude was like, "Nah, the Guineas is treating me right, or whatever." Right. I want to ask you a question, right? We know, historically speaking, in real life, that Frank Lucas was Bump Johnson's mentee.
No, that is a falsification.
That was that nigga was just that nigga.
That's the movie that
nigga.
No, I don't know.
Was that nigga even there?
He wasn't even.
That's what I'm saying. In the show,
they've only known each other. Bumpy's wife said that. Bumpy's wife. See, you can hear me breathe. That's why I keep this motherfucker down. Bumpy's wife said that nigga only seen that motherfucker maybe twice in his life.
Who? Frank Lucas?
Frank Lucas.
Oh, so you think? So she's saying that Frank Lucas embellished that?
Hey, look.
No, everybody's embellished.
But Frank said that Bump was his mentee.
Frank Lucas is a known embellisher.
He's a known liar.
A known embellisher, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, but sometimes someone could be a mentor. That don't mean that they have to be like heavily.
Okay, look. All right,
he might have been an OG that he came to for some advice.
Nah, Frank Lucas read Bumpy Johnson's book.
The lady
got his autograph in Harlem one day on the book. It was like, that's my mentor, man. In my mind, like how Oprah be bitch's best friend in their head. Like,
yeah.
I was just gonna ask, where was Frank Lucas in the story? Really? That's what I was trying to figure out.
Nowhere.
Where the fuck was Frank Matthews in this story? That's the real motherfucker. That's who was supplying all of these motherfuckers.
Also nowhere, because it has to be what they're doing is they're taking all the license, and I think they really making a lot of this shit fake. But they setting up the big bad organization that's too big to fail to give you a hero to root for in this show about underworld bad guys. It can't be they all evenly matched and they all like play it out together. It's got to be a motherfucker fighting uphill so you can root and say, yeah, we love this shit. But as far as the show go, the dynamics of the actors in that motherfucker is incredible. The storyline, whether it's fact or fiction, is also still incredible.
Almost.
It catch me like a motherfucker every week.
Shoehorn too much shit in there though. BDB horn.
I could do it out the shoehorn of all the extra shit, some of the extra shit sometimes, but they don't do it enough to where it takes me out of the show makes me be like, fuck this show.
It's not done in any capacity as to where it's unpalatable.
It's a great show, man. Shout out to Swiss Beats. Man.